About 10 years ago, I stood up addressing Jampro in Jamaica, stuck my neck out pretty far, and suggested that within the Caribbean economies, the creative services industries represented perhaps the most encouraging greenfield new economic opportunity for the region. After 10 years, and as I look around the Caribbean and see the continuous struggle to maintain economic buoyancy, I am fortified in my view that that particular statement stands even firmer today. The creative service industry represents, I believe, a real new economic frontier for the Caribbean. The audiovisual and film sector, I believe, is an appropriate anchoring for that new industry. And so I continue to marvel at the work that Frances Ann and her team, Penny and the others, continue to do. I'm reminded virtually of a paraphrase of an old Churchillian statement. When I look at the work being done, so much being done by so few with so little, I think this requires and places upon all of us a certain incumbency of support. We need to have the public policy makers engaged in the support of providing an appropriate regulatory and facilitatory environment to allow for encouragement and incentives for the creative sector to be able to develop and flourish to the extent that I believe it is capable of doing. We need to have the creative sector itself engaged in supporting the development of its own industry, so that in the final analysis, as the developments take root, you will also find that you are the beneficiaries of that development. So your continuous inspiration, your refusal to stay daunted by the challenges that you face are going to be important in seeing you through, and also helping to contribute to some of the workload of festivals like these that are meant to help develop and support. But there's also an incumbency upon my constituency, the broadcast media in the Caribbean, to play a role in helping to develop and promote and to keep out there in the mind's eye that there is a developing creative services sector, that we have independent producers out there trying to make films and documentaries who are trying to showcase our own experiences. And I think that is a critical component of any liberation process within a post-colonial civilization. And it is where the media needs to ensure that it fully understands its role in that process. So I want to recommit today the support of the broadcast media in helping to energize and sustain the efforts of Caribbean Tales and the creative community within the Caribbean. It's a little premature for an announcement to be made in this regard, but Frances Ann will do so in due course. But what I can say to you is that the broadcast community and Caribbean Tales are working closely in a project that will see a regular exposure of Caribbean content, movies across the television screens. Again, this is vital to create the appetite among consumers, to create the confidence, and to create the support. We also believe it's very critical for the private sector communities to come on board in terms of sponsorship support as we help to develop the industry, and we believe the continuing publicity, exposure, promotion will inspire in them a confidence that this is not a fly-by-night effort, that this is a serious, sustainable effort to help create a new economic sector. So Frances Ann, we are delighted to have the opportunity to support you again. We hope that each year the festival will go from strength to strength, and we will continue to try to play as positive a role as we can in helping to develop and sustain the industry. Thank you all.